It's 6:30 and we have a quorum, so I'd like to call the meeting to order on Tuesday, October 18th, 2022. First up is public comments. Hearing none. I do have an agenda change. We are not going to talk about the SOBTA landowner agreement. We are waiting to hear back from our attorney about some potential changes. So that is being removed from the agenda.
And executive session with Linda is canceled.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, and the executive session with Linda Sherman is canceled?
We don't, have you gotten all the,
Oh,
have you gotten all the feedback? The executive session for personnel.
Have I gotten, I can't remember what you said.
did you get all the feedback?
I think I did, yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was wrong.
Okay. Anything else under an agenda changes? Okay,
Yes.
okay, Tabby.
Okay, I am pulling my bylaw modernization amendment request off the agenda. I think we're going to focus more on the town
Okay,
town plan request, which will be for later. So we're going to step back from the bylaw amendment grant request and focus on the town plan grant request.
Right.
okay, so we're removing that item as well. So,
Yes.
So we're done with public comments and agenda changes? Okay. So we're skipping the zoning, and we're moving on to highway. Our highway department is requesting to place an ad for a highway crew, 2 positions, 2 resignations. Travis.
Yes, I regret to inform you guys that we had 2 resignations of our highway crew. So we'll be seeking 2 full-time employees. One of which is going for another position in another town. I wish him the best. He's going to be commissioner in another town, so look forward to working with him in that aspect.
Okay,
Mhm.
and I would ask you try to find out if you can why the other person is leaving. You don't have to say it, just find out for yourself and so that you could share it at some time if we need that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So yes, there will be, Travis had already reached out to me about this, and there's going to be advertising on the statewide. Jeanette, why don't you tell them where you're going?
Okay, well, it'll be in the local newspapers, most likely the Reformer and the Bennington, if that's what you.
And on some
desire.
job sites?
Put it on the VLCT job site, put it on the town Facebook page, I'll put it on the website.
We actually have had good luck with the state unemployment site too.
Yeah.
I think we need to go far and wide to do 2 positions. Although you did say our 1 employee who's out on disability should be back, correct?
Correct. I hope his appointment is this week. We are hoping he'll be given permission to start back next week.
Great. All right, well, keep us posted as it moves along. Nella, are we gonna have one of the board members involved in interviewing for, at least if we get the finalists?
I hope so.
Dan, would you like to do that?
Sure,
That-
I'll help.
Since you're the liaison?
Right.
Awesome. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else for highway? I see the railing was installed at town hall.
Yes, they did the railing today. And they will be buttoning up the doorway after that is finished, because they wanted to make sure that everything was going to work properly with the railing and the door and everything. So yes, moving
Okay.
forward on that.
Great.
line has been completed.
Yes.
Yeah, we're pressing on. I did want to mention to you guys too, with these two employees leaving us, I'm not sure I'll have time or personnel to devote to doing the Hathaway Trail parking lot. Or not Hathaway Trail, the Handle Road parking lot. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
You know, I've got other stuff that needs to be done before winter.
Okay. I think Joe might have a question. Joe?
No.
His hand is
Just
up.
have his question.
I don't have any questions.
Oh, it is? Oh. Okay, sorry. It looked like your hand was up. I hadn't seen that there before. Okay. We can pretty
I
much,
don't
we
have
can
any questions.
do it again. Thank you. All right, anything else, Travis?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Keep us posted. Thank you.
Yep.
Now we're into new business. And the first item is the resignation letter from Kevin Stine from the Planning Commission Chair. And a possible appointments of new member / alternate. So Kevin Stine submitted his resignation October 6th.
No,
To
that's
the,
the one.
oh, sorry. Let me, this one, sorry.
Yeah.
I have too many letters.
Yes, you do.
October 14th, dear Dover Select Board, please accept my resignation from the Dover Planning Commission. My free time has become increasingly scarce and I no longer have adequate time to fulfill my duties. I believe I have conflicts with about 50% of the remaining scheduled meetings this year. I have a great interest in the future of Dover and believe that the PC has made great strides in dealing with the issues that affect Dover. I am, however, confident it can move forward without me, and it has been a pleasure to work with all the members involved. Sincerely yours, Kevin Stine. So I'd like the board to accept the letter of resignation with regret,
With
So-
significant regret. I
significant.
make a motion that we accept Kevin Stein's letter of resignation with extreme regret.
Second.
You did a wonderful job.
Thank you, Kevin, for your years of service. We really appreciate it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Who is going to speak to moving forward with possible appointments of new members and alternates?
I did.
Jeanette, oops, sorry, I gotta raise my hand. Hold on.
I did reach out to Peter McDonald, who's the alternate currently, to see if he wanted to step into a
Full-time.
member position. I have not heard anything back from him yet, so I don't know if we want to put out an advertisement for it. Or wait,
would-
see what he has to say
I would
first.
suggest waiting a week or two. And then, I mean, give them a week. How long would you reach out to him?
Still
I-
no.
Maybe
Hold
like-
on,
some
let's-
reason-
Tabby has something to say about this.
Sorry, for some reason, my hand raising won't raise. I think it may just be me. Anyways, I did speak to Peter McDonald this afternoon, about 4:45. And he did say that he would be interested in stepping up from the alternate to a full position. And so he can either write a letter or bring that before the board, however you want that handled. So that's at least a help.
Hmm.
And
Uh,
then,
I'd like to have it on record that he's willing to do that before we appoint him to the full.
absolutely, I'm gonna ask him to send the board a letter or however you want that handled. But I just happened to speak to him at about 5 o'clock today.
Great. But we should still do an ad looking for alternates. It's an easy way to get involved and not have to have the commitment of being something you're interested in.
Hmm.
So I think we should seek alternates.
Absolutely.
So does anybody know who would be taking over as at least the acting chair or chair of the planning commission?
So Becky Arbella is the vice chair.
Okay.
So I presume she will.
And we do have a meeting scheduled for the 24th. So
Yes.
hopefully that will shake itself out a little bit then, although we do not have everybody present for that meeting. So
Okay,
I think there's only 3 members that will be able to
Yeah.
make that.
okay. Well, that's, I mean, we have to move forward. I understand Kevin's reasons for resigning, but he will be missed.
Yeah.
So, thank you. Next, we're gonna review health insurance plans for the health of 2023. So Jeanette sent out multiple
You wrote,
multiple items about the rates. The rates are going up. The rates are not going, they're. The rates are going up, it looks like significantly, but considering that we had a 7.23% decrease last year, it compared to 2021 rates, it's not as bad. I mean, if this was going up on those rates, so it's
1.2% over.
so, everybody should take a look at them, try to understand them. We're gonna be heading into budget, so we're gonna have to make a decision. I'm sure, that Jeanette wants us to make it as soon as possible. But the HR, the deductible is going up too, so our exposure, with HRA money is more. But everybody should look at the different plans, and, I'd like to have a full board here when we really discuss it in person. If that's possible, because there's a lot of things, a lot of charts to look at.
Mhm.
Is everybody good with that?
Yep.
Your first look at it, okay?
Possibly for the next meeting.
Let's see if the full board is gonna be here. Okay, or at least attempt, hopefully they will be.
Vicky Capitani is in the waiting room.
Oh, it's my husband probably. I told him it was not I don't know, it's not me.
I didn't think so.
All right, next we need to consider dates for budgets meetings. So we need to set a date first for department head to have budgets together. So they can come speak to us. So that again, and how should, what?
No, I was just gonna say, last year, it was early December, we did December 2nd, 9th, and 16th. They were all Thursday afternoons, but
Okay,
just,
Okay,
I was gonna say, because
wanting you to sort of think about, you don't have to do it tonight, but if you can think about dates that in December, and then people can get together.
so our early December dates, I just wanted to pull that off.
oh,
Our early December dates, good for the board members?
Yes.
Yes, should be good for me.
Okay. So we did afternoons on Thursdays.
Yeah. This afternoon, that seemed to work most, but
Does that seem like a reasonable time? In general,
Yeah.
Joe?
Mornings are better for me than afternoons, but I'll make them.
Scott, mornings or afternoons?
Whatever, I'll make it work enough, like time in advance.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thursday mornings absolutely do not work for me. I cannot attend those meetings at that point. So other mornings might be possible, but not Thursday. Friday mornings,
Dan-
it's hard for Dan.
Thursday, I'm closed, so it's my day off. So I
Oh.
can make it in the afternoon.
Mhm. All right, well, let's set them. Everybody look at their schedule. We may have to bounce around and not just have it on one certain day. And then the department heads, so I think that the department heads should definitely have their budgets into you by November 30th.
Mm,
Well, then Marco needs a little time. So maybe we should back that up.
21st, because the 24th is Thanksgiving.
I know. Mm. So how about the 28th, Monday, the 28th?
I probably could, I could even probably try to get it by the 21st, I'm back, slowly working on it now.
To get the,
2 weeks.
I'm just thinking that the 28th is basically that's a holiday weekend, so either it almost makes more sense to say the 23rd before the holiday.
But a lot of people are gone the 23rd, you know.
Well, then they could have it done. Or we could just say they have to have it done.
I still like the 21st. I think that's a good, that gives Marco some time to get everything plugged and Jeanette time to get things plugged in, and I think that should be our goal, obviously.
Extenuating.
Everybody like the 21st, Monday, the 21st, for department heads to have their,
Yes,
their,
Monday, the 21st.
okay, all right, and then the next meeting. We will set the select board dates, so
Yep.
everybody figure out exactly what they've got on their calendar for December. All right, everybody good?
Yep.
Okay. The next is to consider dog warden status, the resignation letter of Sandy McDougal. And this is dated the 17th of October. Dear select board members, it is with regret that I must resign from being the animal control officer. I have sold my lodge and I'm moving on. I thank you very much for the learning opportunity and for working so well together. I wish you all the best of luck in the future. Regards, Sandy McDougal. The first thing we need to do is accept the resignation.
I move to accept the resignation of Sandy McDougal as animal control officer.
Second. Any discussion? Hearing,
Someone Rich has seen that.
yes, Mr. Sedlak?
Good evening. Is there a process to express interest or apply for that position?
Usually when we have an opening, we do advertise for that.
Okay,
So that's.
that'll be happening?
Excuse me?
That'll be happening?
We're good, looking for open planning commission alternates, and we'll be looking for a animal control officer.
Okay, where would one find that information?
Deerfield Valley News.
Well, it hasn't been created yet, but once it's been created, it will be on the town website, but if you're interested, you can certainly submit a letter of interest anytime.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else pertaining to the motion on the floor? We're just accepting
Accept the
it,
resignation.
okay. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
Aye.
thank you. All right, other comments about the animal control officer? Jeanette,
So, Randy and I have, been going over, what we would do, well, first of all, we need to get in touch with the new owners, to see if they are willing to still use the kennel that's on Sandy's property. But we also reached out to Wyndham Humane Society, because we do have a contract with them. And they are going to get back in touch, right, as far as off out, like, if we needed to get in there, you know, in the middle of the night or something, with the dog. What that procedure might be. So,
Good. Randy,
So, yes, did reach out to Community Society, they called me back today only because of the interim of what will happen. With any animal we get, probably mainly dogs is it. Jeanette did tell me that we do have a contract, she sent that to me today when I did talk to Maya down at the Humane Society. She's also going into a meeting, we talked briefly. I told her, you know, a day or two is fine, to get a lot of the information in the protocol. Because I know we had it many, many years ago, that if we should have to impound a dog, the procedures to do that. I've also reached out to know all this information I got from Sandy. So I did reach out to the potential new buyers, was on the phone with them this morning. They have made it some of the terms right, but it hasn't closed yet. It'll be probably closing soon. However, they do have, I believe, he set a lease For this stuff, in the meantime, they do have somebody on site that is managing. In the future, no, they're turning kennels into something else.
Okay.
So that was why I was also reaching out to the Humane Society. I was also been in contact with, Richard Sedlock, because he reached out to me a couple weeks ago. I talked to him again today to let him know about the meeting that Sandy had resigned. And to, I wasn't sure which way you guys were going. That's why he was here. And stuff that he did. I directed him, he did, he go onto the town's website to read our policy. To see what's entailed. Back to the owners, he's gonna talk it over with his wife. As far as a temporary thing, if we need it. It's not set in stone. I've got a feeling that. If he does offer that to us, there'll probably be at a cost. Because some of the things I mentioned to him is even though they have someone on site. I'm sure they'd have to talk to that person, if that person is gonna be, say we get a dog and we take it there. Is that person then gonna feed it, take care of it, clean up after it? Or is that something they're gonna require of whoever our animal control officer is, or somebody, since the police department is also responsible for that as well? Or whether or not they would have to go down there and care for the animal if they come into, allowing us to. But if they're gonna charge us, then obviously that's gonna be through the board as part of the contract and what they would cost. So as of right now, that's where we're at. He's gonna get back to me hopefully within the next couple of days. I'll know more in the meantime from the Humane Society. So if we have to impound the dog, we may have to go down there. Yes, we do have a pen outside of the police department, but it's getting cold. Two sides of it are exposed to the weather. There is a roof over it. They also have a, from the cage, they can also go into a dog house. So they're kind of protected, but, it's something that, we would probably be able to maintain for a few hours or for a day, but leave it overnight and for days, I would not recommend it from us. So that's where we're at this point.
Sarah,
What do some of the surrounding, how are other towns around us here?
So that I don't know. I'm not sure if Wilmington is aware of this, because I do know that they also use Layla's in the past. I was going to reach out to Chief Morano on some other issues here soon, and I was just going to mention to him, I don't know what they do. I think, when they get an animal like we do with dog, we try to find the owners first, before we do anything with them. I don't know what they would do in the meantime, what they did in the past. I don't know.
I'm curious how many times in the year we use Layla's over like a year period. And you may have to research that. I'm just curious,
Yeah.
when we move into anything else that we might do with that kind of information would be important.
Yeah, I will see if that's something. I think that's probably something we can have. I can get Shelley research.
Yeah.
And stuff, so.
And I would think that the new owners would appreciate knowing that too, the volume that might. So if anything ever happens that would work out. So in the meantime, the Dover Police Department will be the interim animal control officer. Until we, yeah,
Yes.
officers.
Although you need, we can have.
Anything else tonight about the animal control officer resignation and going forward, what we're doing? I see nobody there. All right, we're gonna move on to unfinished business. We're gonna postpone the scoping study bid review to November 1st, 2022.
Yes.
Mhm.
You'll be happy to know, we did receive two proposals from two companies on scoping study. And Alyssa Sabeto from Wyndham Regional has been going over both of the principals with her group at Wyndham Regional. And she has also reached out to the state group that has provided the funding. And in hopes that they can increase it based on the proposals to try to make it a little evener. And that committee is going to meet on October 25th. So she wanted to have that in place before the board made any decision. So that's why we postponed it to the 1st. Both bidders have been notified the change, and there's also been some good news that Mount Snow has committed to funding for any difference that there might be between what the state is providing and what
The grant is,
the bidders
or the bid.
are proposing. So that's good.
All right.
So we will know more on the 1st, and we also, that's the same day that we're going to hopefully get some bids for the well project.
Mhm.
I did get one proposal so far for that.
Good.
So,
Well, thanks for the update.
okay.
That's all I have for unfinished business. Now we're moving on to economic development, the Eat, Sleep, Shop Local 2022. Eric.
Okay, so sorry, I thought I had sent this out Friday, but I sent the budget for this to you guys. Same ask as last year. It's an excellent program. Oh, while we're here, I want to introduce Melissa Boyles, who's the new program director down at Wilmington Works. She took over from Meg Staloff. Melissa, if you want to say hi.
Hi, everyone. My name is Melissa. I'm really happy to be here. I'm sorry I can't be there in person to meet everyone, but I'm sure we will eventually all come face to face. I'm excited to be working together on Eat, Sleep, Shop Local, hopefully. And I see Lisa's also here. She's helping me to answer some questions because this will be my first round of Eat, Sleep, Shop Local. And I'm pretty sure that Eric and Lisa are veterans in this event. So I'm looking forward to learning a lot from them and you all this year. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you and welcome.
Thank you.
So yeah, the ask is the same as last year. I do, as I said in my email to you guys, that this program is catching on in Dover. I'm going to help Melissa, to set up a redemption spot for coupons and make sure that things are a little more streamlined with the program in Dover this year. But I do think it's a good thing for us to be doing, and it's not a huge ask money-wise for us to be involved with the program.
Sarah.
Do we know how many of the certificates were issued in Dover and or redeemed in Dover?
We don't, only because towards the end of the season last year, I ended up picking some up and bringing, like, we swapped back and forth a couple of times, so there was no hard data what ended up where, because like when it gets to the end, we just tried to make sure that all the coupons were handed out for the receipts that were taken in. So I don't think we have that hard data.
What's the business participation fee? What's the number on that? How much does that cost to join? Lisa?
I can jump in. It's $25. And if your business didn't redeem any, then you don't pay the fee. So say you redeemed $100, $25 would be taken off of that.
Okay. And how many businesses in Dover participated last winter? Do you know anybody off the top of their head?
We had really good restaurant and retail participation. We don't really include the inns just because it doesn't really work. People come to the inns to take advantage of the program and shop, but it was mostly retail and restaurant. And I know that it was north of 20 businesses anyway.
Because some of the small businesses would be great, I'm thinking like Heather's and places like that.
Yep.
And so it's really important that we get that word out to the businesses as much as it is important to get it out to the people who are here and shopping.
Yeah, no, and Heather's is one of the businesses that does participate in, some of the smaller ski shops, Mind Lock, Deerfield Bar and Bottle, we'll make sure they're on the list for this year. I don't think they were last year, but they were just kind of getting up and started. So, we spread it far and wide, and anybody who wants to sign up gets the information. I want to say it was almost 30 businesses last year that we had given the information out to in Dover, which I think is a good number.
Good. Any other questions or comments about Eat, Sleep, Shop 2022? Does somebody want to make a motion?
I make a motion that we authorize payment of $3,000 towards the Eat, Sleep, Shop local 2022 winter budget.
Second it.
We'll take Joe on that, Scott, okay? Yeah, sorry. Joe broke in, so. Anything else? All in favor? Aye. And as I had mentioned at the beginning of the meeting, we're skipping over the SOVTA land agreement tonight because it's tied up in legal right now. Anything else economic development? Eric?
No, just down in FYI that for the town forest dedication is this weekend. We want to see as many people there as possible because it's absolutely gorgeous up there.
So I am a little concerned because if the Bartlett family turns out, that lot's full just there, right there, right there. So what are we gonna do about overflow parking? Because if the Bartlett family comes, it's full. Any ideas?
I see Andy in the room. Andy, do you have thoughts?
Andy?
So, we expanded the parking lot because during COVID, there were a couple of nice winter days where we had, 20+ cars. And so we can just do what they do, is just park on the side of the road. And people will have to walk up from wherever they park. But I'd say the road is wide enough for people to park along one side of it down as far as.
So whoever starts whatever side is the way it's gonna go?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, because I think it will, since it's supposed to be a beautiful day, I think there'll be a big turnout.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is.
We need to have somebody there to make sure people can afford it.
I don't know.
On the side.
We had the police, I mean, they had the police there for Phil's funeral and they parked at the common, at the cemetery, on the road. It was a lot, so I'm a little, and I'll get you Tabby in a minute. I'm just concerned that it could turn into a real bottleneck, and how do people, turn around? And that's a good concern to have, but it could be really, really full.
If I have to break out my vests and my flagging equipment, I would be happy to. I will make sure that everyone gets in and out safely.
Hey, Randy.
So forgive me, I was doing the work email, and I didn't hear what's going on. And what is
On Saturday at 2
this Saturday?
at the town forest, there's the dedication of the town forest to Phil Bartlett. And so, as we all know, the Bartlett family alone is going to show up in force, and it will be very full there.
Okay, so here I'll go because I'm having a fun.
Up Rice Hill, up past Cooper Hill, you keep going, Rice Hill.
Oh, okay.
I guess it's not on the patrol route.
Well, not much is from my office.
But the road gets really narrow up there, obviously, and it's also quite ditched on the sides, if I'm correct, so. Yes, right up.
I don't think there's much traffic up there either.
For the dedication,
Well, for the dedication, I think.
that's what we're talking about, we're not,
Right, and yeah, where they would loop around, I would think what was doing it is this going all the way up to the person's house or what about?
No, Rice Hill Road is a dead end.
Right, yeah.
There's a house, big house at the end.
Yeah.
You go past that and there's a parking area. So we'll fill up the parking area and then people can park along the side of the road
Okay.
down Rice Hill Road. If they only use one side of the road, I'm thinking we'll have enough room for people that still pass. So, but it might take some coordination with Eric and Best.
Right, well, what I was gonna suggest is knowing that that's where it is now, that, and I know you're gonna fill up the parking spot, but maybe leave us a spot somewhat open. So people can obviously, I would suggest update you the one you have it as they park going in, and then at the very end, you have a place where people can actually turn around up at the
Good
top.
idea.
And then they can go back down, or you make everybody go up, turn around, and park on the opposite side of the meeting. and walk back.
Yeah.
One of the two, I would leave a spot open
idea.
on top, wide enough. for
Well,
people to go up and turn.
We're gonna need a spot coned out somehow so that there's room for everybody to stand for the dedication. Yeah, so Eric, you're gonna need cones, flashlights, I don't know. Yes.
I will get some equipment from Travis. I will make sure that this does not turn into a thing.
It's just, it has the potential of being a lot of vehicles up there.
I understand.
So, Tabby, did you have a comment on this?
Yes, actually, if somebody could video this so that we can not only post the dedication, but also maybe for some of those members that might have mobility issues or people who can't really get there, they could, you know, whether we broadcast it live or record it and post it, that might help a little bit.
Okay, so now you're wearing a GoPro. Yeah, I think we just have to see how it goes.
I think it's a nice idea, but maybe it's a little bit too late for it to be useful for people to know. You know, like, people wouldn't know that much ahead of time.
Eric,
It's 2022. Everybody's got a cell phone in their pocket. I will do everything in my power to make sure that we get some video or something of this occasion. I think it's a nice thing for us to be sharing on our social medias and whatnot. You know, we'll make it happen. Shannon and I are pretty good at the event thing, so you know, we have some experience prior to this, so I think we can pull this off, and it's going to be a nice thing for everybody. And we're gonna, you know, finally give Phil some recognition for his work and helping us to get that land. So it's going to be a great thing.
I think it's gonna be great too. I just wasn't aware if you knew just how many people could potentially show up to this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, okay. And it's gonna be a nice day. You ordered that, so thank you. Okay, so that's it for economic development, Eric?
All done.
All right. Next, we're moving to the consent agenda. We're gonna approve the minutes of October 4th, 2022.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes of October 4th, 2022.
Any corrections, additions? I actually would like to put an addition, Jeanette, where the town under number 4, where we talked about the well and the vote was 4-1. Can you please just add that it was Joe Mahan who voted no on that? You okay with that, Joe?
Yeah, as long as the paper actually writes down that we spent that much money on the well. Thank you.
65,000 in the minutes here? Yeah, okay. All right, so, thank you. So. So does, everybody want to approve the minutes as amended?
I make a motion that we approve the minutes of October 4th as amended.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous. Okay, next we need to approve the warrants from October 15th for $240,262.10.
I make a motion that we approve the warrants of October 15th for $240,262.10.
Any comments? Who has had a chance to really look at the warrants?
I have.
I have looked at the warrants.
Okay, good.
I have to.
Okay, everybody. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Next, we have the FYI's Town Forest dedication on Saturday, the 22nd at 2. Planning Commission's meeting on October 24th at 6:30. Joint Select Board meeting with Wilmington, October 26th at 6:30 PM. That's to a recap of the Bytown marketing of the summer, correct? Next, we have the Stump Jumpers Appreciation Dinner on November 5th at the White House Inn, RSVP by 10:28. Next, we have the Trails and Rec Committee meeting on November 7th at 6:30 PM. And the Election Day on Tuesday, November 8th at Dover Town Hall. Or you can vote anytime by dropping your ballot out front. Or coming in and dropping off, or whatever. Liaison reports? I hear none. We're gonna move into executive session. Now, Travis is listed first. Is that okay with everybody?
How long will you be? Who's the first one to ask?
Okay.
I think that's what we've done.
All right, Travis, you asked first, so you get on first.
Okay.
Thank you all for coming tonight. And we're gonna make a motion to move out of regular session at 7:11. Somebody want to second that? And into executive session at 7:11. All in favor?
In favor? Aye.